What is up, AnimeBall Z fans? I'm 2.0. As
Ray.
always.
Yes. I always interrupt you. I'm Ray, and we're here with the one, the only, Darrel Guilbeau.
Woo!
Who's Darrel Guilbeau?
I don't know.
It's actually Guilbeau, but that's fine.
It's
okay.
We've been having arguments about
Everybody has a hard time with my name.
Yeah.
Even when I'm in Los Angeles, I never say my last name. I just spell it out.
Mignana.
Yeah. Darrel Mignana Guilbeau.
McDerpida.
Yeah, that.
That's enough of writing on other voice actors, bro.
Love you.
So basically,
Yes.
you voiced pretty much the title, well, not the title character, sorry, the lead character in one of my favorite series of all time, Darrel.
Yes.
Now, it hasn't really gotten that much of a following in the Western world. I don't know how it's done in Japan, but it's kind of interpreted as an underground sort of anime.
Right.
How do you deal with the popularity of it? Like,
Oh, I mean, I don't really worry about how popular something's going to be. I just love doing the characters. And with Darrel, I was so happy to be a part of that because of, just how great the show is. And I know you say like Mikado likes one of the leads, but I kind of look at it as more an ensemble because there's so many great characters in that show. So for me, that's kind of how I deal with it, and I mean, I love it when I see people cosplaying the characters or when they do come up to me and they say they've seen the show. So, I'm grateful for that.
Well, working with voice actors like Johnny Young Bosch and Steve Bloom and Crispin Freeman on this project, Steve Bloom said in an interview that we did past that it was like Cowboy Bebop, but like 20 years later. It's this century's Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, that's cool.
I actually see it as that.
So. I hope so. But the funny thing is, I never met Johnny Young Bosch until way after the show was over that we had all voiced it. I met him at a convention in Memphis, Tennessee only a few months ago. So that's the weird thing, is that you don't even get to meet sometimes the actors that you've worked with. I've met Steve Bloom before, I had met Crispin before, I had met some of the others before, but I had never met Johnny Young Bosch until a few months ago.
Well, I can't help it, I bleed Isaiah.
Yeah. And I've never met Selty.
Really?
Carrie Walgren. Never met her.
Wow.
So Carrie, if you're out there, I want to meet you.
Please.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to meet Mikado, but I want to meet you.
who wouldn't want to meet Mikado?
He's got the name of a rock star, Gamine.
Exactly, and a refrigerator too.
Keeping on the topic of Darrel, such a wonderful cast of actors, as 2.0 pointed out, and the craziness of basically what happens in the show. Is there any sort of special preparation that you would do to basically get into the moodset of your character at any given point?
Well, normally I don't get to see anything that I do beforehand, like the Japanese, but for a few episodes I wanted to kind of know a little bit before I would go in to voice it, so I would watch the episodes on Crunchyroll. But as it started getting towards the end, or towards the middle, I didn't have time because, it takes time to watch it, but then when we go in, sometimes you're looping like 2 shows. So you're kind of going ahead of what you've seen. And so as I was going in the story, I mean, I was just as surprised with things my character was involved in or things that other characters, I would be shocked, like, wait, the story's going this way? What? And that was great. I love that kind of surprise value when I'm doing a show. But, I mean, I think the show itself, the mood of the show, would present itself to us as we were doing it.
Now, one thing I gotta know is a lot of voice actors don't really read the source material or follow the anime after they've voiced it. Are you one of those voice actors, or do you actually check yourself on the show?
I like to see it because I want to see how it's developed. As I said before, when we go in, we only voice, our character. So there could be, let's say I'm in episode 6 and I've recorded line 6, and then my character doesn't record again till line 38. So I don't know what's happened between line 6 and line 38. So I enjoy going back and actually seeing how the show, came together.
Well, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end.
Aww.
Now, be sure to check him out in Durarara, one of the best animes to come out.
Thank you.
I'm 2 Bo.
I'm Ray.
I'm Darrel.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.
Guilbeau, sorry. Whoops, I forgot my last name.
Okay then.
AnimeBallZ.